Hello, everyone. Welcome to the moon path reading for the coming full moon that's going to take place on November 5th. That's going to be a super moon. It will be in the sign of Taurus. It's going to take place at 8:19 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so adjust your time according based on where you are in the world. It's also known as the Beaver Moon, and I did find a reference that it was called the moon before Yule, which actually makes a little bit of sense when you think that the next full moon would be taking place in early December and sort of getting the holiday season kicked off. So I like that. I like that a lot. The sun will be in Scorpio, so we're going to have a Taurus Scorpio balance sort of happening there during this time when the full moon comes into its complete form. Now, this is going to come from the new moon on October 21st. So I'm recording this on the 22nd, just as that new moon is starting to fade, and we're starting to get on track for the full moon energies that will be carrying us up to the 5th and probably even into a little bit on the 6th. So this reading is a collective universal reading for anyone, regardless of belief or system. This is open to all of us. This is sort of what I like to call the magical weather report. Kind of give us an idea of what we need to know about what would work best for us to focus on during this time, during this 2-week period from October 21st to November 5th. And what do we need to know as we go from this new moon beginning energy to this culmination energy of the full moon on November 5th, especially with a supermoon in play. So we're going to take a look at a few cards. I'm going to use a pendulum. I have an oracle deck ready to go, and I'm also going to pull a rune stone for this one from the Eldar Futhark. All of these felt very important. These are all chosen decks that come either through intuition or through the pendulum. This is the Druidcraft Tarot. It definitely wanted to make itself part of this reading. Now, this deck does contain nudity, so when I go to pull the cards, I may have to take them off screen for a minute for me to edit them. You'll see what I mean if that happens. But I really like using this deck, and it definitely wanted to be a part of this reading. So let's take a look at the full moon energy, what we may need to focus on, what we may need to work on. The previous reading definitely brought us through a period of sort of rest and restoration and reset as we were kind of dealing with some past issues, working through some past baggage almost. And it was about resting and recovering after a very intense period as we kind of wrapped up the eclipse season, which just happened with this new moon on October 21st. So we are out of eclipse season and now sort of heading into the end of the year. This will also cover Samhain or Halloween on October 31st, right? That'll take place just before the full moon. So there's a lot going on in this 2-week period. So let's take a look at the cards and see what they are recommending for us and what Spirit wants us to know as we head into this time period. So I'll shuffle a few cards. We'll just get the intention set here as I had previously stated. See if any volunteers come out. Doesn't feel like there probably will be. Though you never know. They tend to surprise me when they do what they do. Nope. All right, we're going to do a quick cut right here. And then I will pull the first card. This will be sort of the main theme or main card of the reading. I'll pull this with my pendulum. The pendulum I'm going to use is a piece of copper that I've had since I was a child. All right. What do we need to know for this time period? It's in this packet right here, this little grouping of cards that stuck together. 4 or 5 cards, so I'll spread those out so I can get a better look at them. And let me wrap this a little bit better around my hand so I can use it. There we go. That one right there. Just put that on that little rock. And then I will pull 2 other cards. Probably end up with 4 or 5 cards before this is all over. 2 of which could be oracle cards. 1 or 2 will be oracle cards. Next card is here. The next card is here. All right, let's get started with what these have to say. Let me take a look at them, make sure that I'm not going to offend the YouTube censors. Oh, wonderful. Our main card is Ace of Wands. This is something bright and wonderful and passionate and new coming into being over these 2 weeks. So look for the full moon to really bring us something that we can really move on, that we can be excited about. And as backups, also nothing to censor, we have the 4 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups. This is really interesting because this is about holding on to too much and being miserly. 9 of Cups is about sharing your wealth and being willing to let go of any scarcity mindset, to look at what you've accomplished and to share with others willingly and happily, and to sort of set the table and be ready to enjoy guests and to enjoy a community and to enjoy sharing all that you have earned, that you have worked on, and that you've been, the emotional trials perhaps you have gone through that have taught you so much, that have helped you, that you can now share that and be happy with that knowledge and help other people with that knowledge and share that with other people. So initially, it looks like a really powerful 2-week period with a lot of potential, but it's going to come down to how you want to work with what you are trying to hold on to. This is a period of time where you're going to need to open up. 4 of Pentacles has come up a couple of times now in the daily readings, just in the past few days. It feels like that. And this is about that sense of trying to tuck something away, trying to keep something hidden. That it's no longer time for that. It's time to really let things open up. You don't have to hide things anymore. You don't have to keep things protected. You can, by opening them up, you are releasing them and putting them out into the world. And I think this new idea, this new passion, this new light coming forward is going to really help with that. It's going to help show you that you don't need to hold on to these things under lock and key anymore. And in fact, it's a matter of sharing them openly and keeping the table open, keeping the doors open, metaphorically, to let yourself engage with the world more instead of locking things away. So this is a beginning. This is something, a spark. This is something amazing coming into your awareness, something to start with, something that you're passionate about. If you have a new project that has sparked its way into your life, please pay attention and focus on that. This seems like the next 2 weeks, and it's probably going to be in the next few days, right? This spark is going to really, you should be aware of this spark very soon if you're not already perhaps aware of it off to the side. When I think back to the daily reading today, I'm thinking of I think it was the 4 of Cups card with this information coming in, very subtle information coming in from the side. It feels like that spark is going to grow brighter to where you can't ignore it. So this is a green light moment. This is a moment to really jump into a project, jump into an energy if you are feeling it, if it is presenting itself to you. This doesn't matter. Just whatever you are interested in, as long as it is beneficial to you and can be shared and beneficial to others, which is the 9 of Cups card. This is the it was worth it card. This is the card where you get to share everything, most likely at the full moon. The 4 of Pentacles, it's so important that that you don't limit yourself, that you don't keep things locked away. Don't let the fear of losing what you have keep you from gaining what you want. Okay? It's really important. That's what this card is about. This is a card of not wanting to share, being scared of losing face, losing money, losing something important because you are going after something that you want to gain, or something that you're passionate about. Now is the time to stand up and to really, really feed that spark, and don't be scared of this incredible energy that is popping forward over the next 2 weeks. Okay. And I wouldn't be surprised if this carries all the way through till the end of the year. I had that feeling when I did the moon path reading for the full moon to new moon that just ended on October 21st. And I felt like that rest period was important because something big and the energy was going to be very supportive and abundant at the end of the year. So I think this is right in line with all of that. So if you have a spark of a new idea, if you're excited about something, or if something pops up in the next few days that you didn't see coming, go for it. Don't live in fear. Don't let fear hold you back. There's going to be a sense of being very glad that you did by the full moon. This is a sense of happiness, fulfillment, completion, almost completion because it's the Nine of Cups, but and sharing that, right? It's going to be a matter of how can you share this abundant energy? How can you show your gratitude and then share it with others? Yeah. Okay, let's pull a punctuation card. I think that's pretty straightforward. I'm going to use, this is the Celtic Oracle, Celtic Spirit Oracle. I'm going to pull one of these and add that to the mix. And then we're going to finish up with a rune stone. I don't use the rune stones very often, but it felt very important, and now I'm beginning to see why. It felt very important that the runes come out for this reading. Blue. Oh, this goes with the Four of Pentacles. This is about getting assistance. This is about not being isolated, not feeling like you have to do it by yourself. Okay, all right, I understand this now a little bit better. Thank you for this punctuation card. It always adds a little bit of an element and helps me see a little bit more depth on this Four of Pentacles card. The Nine of Cups is about sharing with other people. This combination here, this fear is almost coming from a sense of that you feel like you have to do it by yourself, and that you're sort of isolated. And I'm going to encourage you to understand that you are not isolated, that there are people around you or there are people that you can connect with and that can help you with these locks on this box. And that falling too far into this fear and continuing to keep things locked up is going to really dampen the spark of this Ace of Wands. Okay? Keep this card in mind as we move through the next 2 weeks, please. So I'll let you look at that card. It's very important. You have the blue here, and then you have the blue shirt on the man here, but then you have a blue cloak. And again, I talk a lot on the channel about your own sovereignty, being the ruler, your own ruler. And this is about transforming this blue here and bringing it to this space. I think the next 2 weeks could be very transformative, especially with this Ace of Wands energy popping off, popping in, popping around, and this spark. And it's about can you kindle the fire of this spark into something brighter and carry it forward to the full moon, and actually look to see that spark turn into a full flame that you can share with others, like around a hearth on the full moon. Okay. I really like that. Let's look at the runes real quick. So, funny story about these runes. So when we moved things around here and the space where I do these readings moved to a new room and I had to put things in boxes and sort of remove after another move, I misplaced these. I wasn't sure where these runes were. I knew they were around. They often kind of go off in adventures without me. These guys sometimes just vanish. And they did. I couldn't find them. And today I was thinking about, I really want to use my runes. I think they should be right here, but I know that I had looked in the box before and I didn't see them. But sure enough, there they were when I went to look for them. So I've already done the little opening ritual that I do with these. I take these very seriously and I treat them with great respect. Not that I don't treat these with respect, but the runes, yeah, they deserve. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. Okay, what else do we need to know? What do the runes want us to know? Wow, that one's just stuck to my fingers. Okay, Uruz. Uruz is about strength. It is about knowing that you have immense amounts of strength, that you can prevail, and that you can carry yourself through a great distance and continuing to keep going. It is about that connection, that strength that comes from a very deep connection to spirit, to divinity, the divinity of your choice. If it is a high enough frequency, it really doesn't matter what you call it. I think you guys know what I mean by that. But this is about really tapping into this strength to carry yourself forward through this Four of Pentacles card. This Four of Pentacles card is not to be underrated, and how it can cause us to sort of lose track of an upward spiral and to feel like we can't do something, or that we can't do it by ourselves, so why do it? And it's about unlocking those chests inside us and sharing with others. So if you've had an idea, please, the next 2 weeks, you will find immense amounts of strength and fortitude to help you move forward with a project, with your goals, with whatever you want to set forward. Now is the time to do it. In the next few days, find something that you want to move forward on and that you can, by the full moon, really look back at and be like, look how far we've come, even though it's been 2 weeks. Okay? Yeah. There's a sense of transformation here, but without a death card, without a tower card. We get to choose how we want to do this. And this is about a green light moment. This is about, like I said, I keep thinking of a project or writing project or creative project or painting or something that you're wanting to do. Please step forward and do it. I think you'll be glad that you did. And you'll see that by the full moon, it was worth it. And I think, I feel, and I would say no, that then this is going to carry us forward through the next two moon path readings as we wrap up the year, as we get into December and Yuletide. Yeah, that's a lot. Okay. Looking over the cards again. I really like this transition of blue that happens. Let me think on Uruz a little bit more here. Okay. Uruz is often the symbol of an ox, but I think you also have to look at the stag here. Let's look at this card. This precipice here, this open spot to get from here to there is this combination here. And you have the strength to make this leap. You have the strength to move forward and to leave some chests open behind you, with all that was inside there willingly shared and opened up. Yeah. Feels like maybe these have been locked away way too long. Okay. Well, I hope that was helpful. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you would like to kind of get your own private thread from this collective reading, I encourage you to get an oracle card, get a tarot card, get a rune, find something, whatever calls to you, and go ahead and pull it and see how that connects to this message here of what's happening and what's coming up over the next 2 weeks in this magical weather report. And feel free to comment that in the comments down below. I love to see them. I love to see how they combine, and I love to see how everybody's stories sort of like single strand off of this collective energy of what's happening around us. So that's the interactive part of this reading. You can pull a card and you can see how it connects into, and that's your personal touch into it. Okay? All right. Well, here we go. Here we go into a powerful supermoon on November 5th. And it's going to be in Taurus with the sun in Scorpio. All right, everybody. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. You can also reach me at alongadifferentpath@gmail.com. And you can also find me on Instagram. Please leave a like or share the video if you think other folks would enjoy this. It would help the channel out a great deal. And as always, peace and strength. And feel free to join me on my daily readings that I do on the channel as well. So if you do, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.